Hello and welcome back. This is Girlhood. Here today I have with me one of my really good friends, Lyndi.
Yes.
Even the story of how we became friends is so girlhood. So it was it winter formal or homecoming?
I don't know. I think it was homecoming. I didn't even go to your guys' school either. It was so random.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, she was from another school. And our whole group went out to dinner at this Mexican food restaurant. And Lyndi and I had one thing in common, and that was that we had an order, but neither of us knew this, okay, because we just met that day, that evening. And so we get to the homecoming dance little play. It was on the Queen Mary. And
I don't even know where it was.
We kind of we're like, oh, I feel so bloated. Yeah, me too. If only there was a way I could
Feel better.
It's I just feel sick. I just feel so bloated.
I think I had a big hamburger or something, and I'm like, oh no, I think I feel sick to my stomach.
You did say that, and I was like, oh, me too. Almost like I'm gonna throw up. And then we ended up going to the bathroom with each other and getting ourselves until we threw up, and then we were just friends.
But I feel like we were oh my gosh, you do that too?
Oh yeah, we were, and because we were and then
it was 21 Jump Street or 22 Jump Street. And they're
yeah, and I'm like, do you do this often? Me too.
Oh my god. And
yeah, don't do that though, because now I get strep every time I up. If I because I'm sick or because I'm too drunk or whatever, I'll literally get strep. It's so annoying.
Really?
Yeah, it's deteriorated my.
I don't have I got rid of the tonsils or whatever, so I don't really get.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's my tonsils. They act up now.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm glad I got rid of those.
You're I'm still this day. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not supporting. No.
And I don't even I've come a long way.
Yeah. Now instead I just respect my dad.
Yeah. No. but yeah.
I mean, yeah, in a healthy way. Yeah. God. No, but seriously, in a healthy way. I still eat shit, but I just won't eat.
I do too.
I won't eat 2,500 calories. I'll eat
sometimes, if I'm hungover and I'm just I really want a burrito and a big burrito and I don't know, and then I end up eating all day.
Do you
No.
Okay.
No.
Then slay.
Yeah.
Okay, she's holding it down.
Yeah, I'm okay, today's day.
So Sundays are my eat days. The rest of the week I don't.
This is such a warning.
No, I don't. Yeah, true. But yeah, so when we were really in high school,
I never thought I was.
I thought you were.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
I worked really hard at that.
Me too. You and I both, girl. Yeah. Okay, the thing is, I didn't even develop my disorder on my own. It's because my Adderall.
Oh, really?
Because Monday through Friday, I would take Adderall, not on purpose, but because Adderall restricts your diet like crazy. And then Saturday, Sunday, I didn't have to take it, so I would just binge so bad. Yeah. But I started to like the Adderall look during the week. So then on the weekends, I would feel so and I would just be oh, I ate so much. Let me just out. And then it became a routine, and then it became I do this every weekend for the last 6 months, and then it was my throat hurts, and it was, and I started getting cavities really easily. It really fucked me up, honestly.
Yeah, I had a friend, and it was really bad. One time, this is such a random story, but I just think it's funny. We were I knew she had an disorder. So
which one did she have?
She was all over the place.
Everything.
Yeah, the whole nine.
Yeah.
And I was we had just ordered this big pizza. And by the way, that day was horrible with her. Like, we spent the whole day together. We did to this. Anyway, it doesn't even matter. She almost got us kicked out of this. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Back to the main point.
Mhm.
We ordered this big pizza, and I'm eating it, and she's like, I have to go to the bathroom. And I was like, okay. And I'm at my family's house. Yeah, anyway, so I think she's going to the bathroom she actually snuck out of my house, and like, I don't even know how this happened. I went back, I was like, oh, she's probably not doing well. She like snuck out through the back door, and I just left all of her stuff outside, and I was just like,
Where did she go? Did you ever figure it out?
she went to go meet up with some guy.
She didn't even tell you?
No.
What the hell?
No, she just said she was going to the bathroom.
She's like, just in case Lyndi gets interrogated.
I don't know. It was
Yeah.
so bizarre.
What?
But
That is
we were
bizarre.
like, yeah, like my back slider was open, and I was like, she did not. Because it was this guy that I liked. She knew. I was like, and that's why she didn't want to tell me. But I was like, bro, you're at my house. Like,
Yeah, that's a little
you're
crazy.
and you're just going to walk out through the back.
That is really, like, at least come up with a lie. Oh,
high
I have
school
to
was
leave
so
because
crazy.
it was really crazy. Yeah. And also, I thought you were going to say she snuck out of your bathroom window at first. I was like,
No, she didn't even, the bathroom was like wide open. I'm like, wow, at least try to like
turn the
cover
light
up
on,
your...
close the door or something, like run the water. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be a little smarter.
I know. I was like,
Yeah.
no. But I just feel like high school girls were just like, they're next level.
In South Orange County, girls were so messed up mentally,
Yeah.
to each other, to themselves, just in general. Like, it was kind of scary sometimes.
Yeah, I remember, like, I feel like the beach was like the toxic place that created all of this. Because we
True.
would all go to the beach, and like there would be like, oh my God, check out so and so's body. Like, she has such a good body. And it just created like this like
Yeah.
thing where it was
Yeah.
like, oh, you gotta have like the big butt, or
And then
like,
Alexis Ren at the time was like the shit, and she's like a beach girl, you know, like bikini pictures. Everyone's trying to be like Alexis Ren, I feel like.
yeah.
And she literally got removed. So
I don't know who that is.
Yeah. Alexis Ren,
I don't think so. Is she like a...
she was just like a model / influencer on Instagram, and I think she made videos on YouTube. I don't know. But her and her boyfriend Jay Alvarez basically were like the it couple.
Is he like a surfer?
I don't know. He doesn't like professionally surf or anything, but he just like has like the long curly like surfer boy hair. And then she has like the blonde surfer girl hair, and she's like super skinny with big tits. And
Wait, Jay Alvarez?
yes, have you been living under a rock?
Yeah, but I thought
What
he
media
was
did
like
you
a skater. There was like an Alvarez or something that was like a pro skater or something.
What media did you consume growing up?
I don't know. My dad had me watching like all YouTube, or like he'd have me watching like music videos. I was like super into music culture more, and then but like more older stuff. And then I was always watching like skate or surfing stuff because that's what he likes. He's
Right.
like, just sit here and watch this.
You would ever scroll on your phone, like Instagram or Twitter?
I kind of liked it though. I thought the boys were so hot, like those skater boys. I was just like, oh my God, like he's...
And then you grow up to realize that
Chef's
they're
kiss.
the worst. Like bottom of the barrel, like trash.
Well, yeah, and I was like saying, because I'm like, I like guys who don't care, like have that attitude of like, I don't care, like I don't know, that like I don't give a shit attitude, until they really don't give a shit to you.
Yeah,
You're
you
like,
realize like, oh,
wow.
he really doesn't care about anyone or anything, and he doesn't care about me
It took me so long
or
to figure that
himself.
out.
Like,
I don't know why it took me so long to figure it out. I was like, oh, like they just have that attitude, and then I really realized like, oh wow,
they're like that.
they really don't care. Like
No
it's not
shits.
just like a attitude. Like
It's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. Yeah, skater boys. I did a skater boy in 8th grade, and for some reason, I wanted to ghost him. This is so mean. He was in ninth grade. Okay. We went to his like homecoming. He took me and I was like a middle schooler and I felt so cool because I was like, oh my God, I'm going to high school dance.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ghost him for some. He was like pissing me off. He was just so annoying and like, this sounds really mean. He was like a sweet kid, but like he was just really getting on my nerves. And my teenage hormones at the time, like eighth grade, was like, you know, I was really mean.
Yeah.
I couldn't even help it. It's just like this like ball of fire in my little heart.
That's good though.
You think?
Yeah, I think that's like a powerful thing to have all those emotions. Like, I think that's like a really cool thing. It just depends how you like funnel that.
Definitely
out
better
into
than
the
feeling
world.
nothing ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, it was Halloween time and I just like ghosted him because I was like, I don't even want to deal with this. Like, I'm just, we go to different schools. Like, we don't even live really that close to like whatever. And he kept texting me being like, why aren't you texting me? Why aren't you texting me? And I would just say, 'tis the season. Because I was thinking like the season of ghosts. It was like Halloween, ghost, 'tis the season.
Oh my
and he was like, I don't get it. And I'm just like, 'tis the season. Like, I wouldn't.
Like, I'm ghosting your ass.
You're ghosted. Bye. And now he's like addicted to pills.
Yeah, I feel like that's like a common occurrence in my exes.
Yeah, what is that? Oh my God, me too.
I'm like, wow, I really like drug addicts. But it's not my fault. I don't know. It just happens. And I'm like, how did I end up here?
Yeah, how do we keep ending up here? You're like, again? And you swear in the beginning, you're like, I'm not going to make the same mistakes I made last time.
Yeah.
I'm going to get one that is not like that. And then you get one that you think is not like that. And then they're exactly the same. And you're like, how did this happen to me?
I'm like, oh, your house is right there? The park bench? That's your house? Oh,
Lindy,
you wanted me to drive?
She's so sweet and so kind and caring to her own demise. Because Lindy darling here dated a boy that lived on a park bench. And he didn't live on a park bench because he grew up in poverty.
No.
His parents were well off. But he...
Yeah. Look, he was a fun time, like an adventure for sure. But that's what I mean when it's like, oh, you don't care. Like, oh, you really don't care. But I don't know. It was such a whirlwind of like a thing.
Lindy, tell them what you would do for him on the park bench.
Would I make his bed? I'm like, oh, here's a pillow and a blankie.
And you would bring him... Would you bring him stuff?
No, I didn't bring
Didn't
him.
you make him... When did you bring him lunch?
No, fuck no.
Oh, I thought you said that. That would have been funny, though. You're like,
no.
lunchtime.
My little baby.
He's just like playing at the park. You're like, BB, time for dinner. Get down off the slide.
He really wasn't like he did have places that he was couch surfing at, so it wasn't like, but there were several nights that it was like bench night, and I was literally like
bench night.
There was like one time, I swear, I just wish I would have taken a photo of this because like it was so gold. It was like a camera gold moment. Like it sits in my head just rent free.
I wish I could see a photo.
I know. It was like, so he's like at this like, he wasn't at a bench. Like he was like, I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to be like up at the upper campus of the high school because I live like right on
the park bench next to the big tree by the stops.
Yeah. And I didn't know where he was going to be. So I'm like, my anxiety's kind of through the roof and I'm like, okay, I'm going to like make sure he's okay. So I was like, make sure he's okay. And in the morning it was like 7 and I'm like driving up and I'm like looking for him and school is starting and all the people are like, all the little kids like are like walking to their classes and I'm literally like, where's my homeless boy? And I'm looking around and he's literally like laying like, it was like right in the midst of the walkway and he's passed out with a Modelo, like an open Modelo in his hand. Like, I swear. And I was literally like, Wake up. But I wanted to like, I didn't even want to wake him up yet. I was literally like looking at him like, wow. Wow. Look at what
Wow.
I just got myself into. Wow.
The teachers are like, kids, don't look over here. Like, come on this way. Don't step on this man.
I know. And it was like right as we had like, it was like a year after we had like graduated or whatever. And I'm just like, bro, like, this is
I
what
didn't
happens
realize
in
it
a
was that
year.
recent.
Was it that recent? It was a couple years ago.
3 years ago.
Yeah, I think so.
Damn, I always feel like I just graduated.
I know. And I was thinking about,
What?
I know. And I was talking about this the other day. Like, there was like, I was like, oh, it's over by Ruby's or something like in Dana Point. And then they're like, oh, Ruby's in Dana Point or San Juan has been gone for like years. And I was like, what are you talking about? What is there? They're like, yeah, they opened up a whole other. I'm like, what? I don't know. It was like making me really upset. I'm like, what do you
Yeah.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
And when
It's like you're in a twilight zone.
yeah,
Yeah, I hate that.
I'm just
No, because they'll be like, oh yeah, like, you know, a couple years ago when I was like a sophomore, and then like, wait, that's sophomore. That's 6. Okay, I'm like almost a decade. Wow, time just flew after COVID.
Yeah, that's true. Time was so slow in COVID, though. I feel like that was like 5 years of my life.
Yeah, but also I still felt, because I was 17 when COVID happened, finishing out senior year, and I still felt 17 for the longest time. Like I still kind of feel like last year I still kind of low key felt like 17, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I was just thinking about this the other day, actually. I was in the shower. I was like, I feel like my 9-year-old self today, or like, I feel like my 8-year-old self or my 15-year-old self. I'm like, oh, that's something she would have done, you know?
Aw. I actually really like that because I agree. Sometimes I do feel like my 5-year-old self, and sometimes I feel like my 80-year-old self.
Oh my God, I feel like that all the time.
Yeah. I kind of love her though. My 80-year-old self. Like I envision her. I love her. She's so iconic.
Yeah.
And she's so wise.
I could see that for you.
Thanks. But I did the age filter and I literally looked like I was a breath away from death.
Let's talk about that.
No, like my whole, it was like, I'm not.
So I have really dry skin and I'm so scared. Like it lives in my head. I'm like, I look at my skin and I'm like, I was looking at my face and I'm like, you better embrace this face. It's not gonna be there for a long time.
I'm not even kidding. I do that. Like I will look in the mirror and being like, you're not gonna be 21 forever. Like you better stare at yourself. You better take a million pictures right now. Like, yeah.
My camera roll is just full of selfies.
I
don't want people going through it. I'm like, it's
so embarrassing. Like, they're like, this bitch is really conceited.
Oh my God. I'm like, yeah, I am.
Is he the worst guy you've ever dated, the park bench boy? I love that we call him park bench boy. Like,
yeah, I don't know.
Where is he now? Is he still on a
Don't know. He's probably using some other girl. Like, I don't know. Not to be like that. It's just, I don't even know. I do think about him because I feel like, I don't know. I did like really like care about him and I didn't want to like give up hope that he would be like, I don't know. I just felt like he had like an artist mind. And so I was always like, oh, like he could do so much. Like if he just like applied himself.
You
like,
saw the potential.
Yeah. And I always do that. I'm like, oh, you should play like an instrument. Like you could be a fucking musician. And he was like, oh yeah. And I like pulled out the bass guitar. I'm like, yeah, like let's play. Like, I don't know. I just had this like I'm like, but now
was he good at it?
He wanted to think he was good at it.
Oh, he just needed more practice.
I'm so mean. No, I don't know. I don't even know. He definitely was not the worst guy I dated.
No.
Mm-mm.
And then the fact that your mom would like wake him up with a Bloody Mary, and he was like trying to beat alcoholism at the ripe age of what, 19?
No, I like, yeah, this is a touchy subject. Yeah, but prayers to him.
Prayers to him. Yeah. I just remember Lindy being like, I would be sleeping and it'd be like crack of dawn in the morning, and I would wake up to the sound of a can opening.
And I would just be like, what's going on? He's like, oh, it's like water. I mean, Coors Light is like water.
I was just thirsty, babe. Like, it's literally water.
It's like a sparkling water, you know, it like quenches like right.
Sparkling water.
Right.
Right. Was it crispy? Right. But yeah. My worst one was Europe boy. She was there.
I was there. Yes.
She was
there.
like firsthand witness to the craziness. And it's so funny because like
yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, I'm in Europe. And she's like, me too. And I'm like, we need to meet up. Da da da. Next thing I know, YouTube boy is like, oh, let me come to Europe with you. Books like a one-way flight the next day. And I'm like, okay. So he comes, we're doing our little thing. And I'm kind of like, okay, he seems like he, you know, is starting to get a little, like kind of ruining my trip. So I was like, okay, I'm going to spend my last week with Lindy and her sister. They're in Greece. We're going to fly to Greece. And he like paid for our flights, paid for our Airbnb. He got us like a nice Airbnb.
It was nice. And we were staying, we did Europe, but we backpacked and we did like hostels the whole time.
Right.
And the place we were staying at was like some bunks. Like I had a bunk, my sister had a bunk, and there was like maybe an empty bunk.
Just like twin beds stacked.
Yeah.
Basically. And yeah, our Airbnb, like he fucking balled out because he's the type that's like, I am not going to stay in a hot, like he's like too good for everything. He has to have like the best of the best, because if he doesn't, then it's cringe. Like,
then it's cringe.
Yeah, he would say that. So our Airbnb was nice, and I'm like, hell yeah, sunroof, everything, jacuzzi, like. And that one night, so did you guys meet him before that night? You did, because we went out girls' dinner, but before that we were at the beach.
Yeah. No, yes, we did. We all hung out, and you guys came to our little hostel area on that like fun little
kittens. We saw kittens,
and those guys.
And then him and I went back to our Airbnb. You guys went back to your hostel. We got ready, and then the girls went to dinner. And he stayed behind.
No, he went with us to dinner.
No, he didn't. I remember he was like, I want you to go have a girls' dinner. And I remember being like, why? Because you want to like jerk off by yourself?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But that was another night too. We went out. We all went out together.
Okay, yeah. But this night,
I remember.
Girls' dinner. And then we like had a couple drinks. We weren't like wasted. We had like 3 drinks. Like,
yeah. And we were planning on going that boat in the morning.
Oh, yeah. That's what it was. Yeah. So we had like a little excursion planned. We each got a ticket, $100. Boat picks you up at 7 a.m. or be at the bus stop by 6 a.m. or something like that, super early. And then it takes you to 6 different islands, and you snorkel at each place and swim, whatever. It's like so cool, so fun. And all-inclusive drinks and food, something like that. It was like a really good deal. So we were really excited for it, especially because there's not much to do in Santorini, Greece, unless you have a boat. Because it's just kind of like, it's honestly kind of a little boring unless you have a boat.
I mean, I don't even think we like saw everything, like, because people are always like, oh, Santorini is amazing, Santorini is amazing. I'm like, maybe I just didn't see the right part of Santorini, because it seemed like kind of like Cabo to me, or like Mexico vibes. Like,
it just was like there was one little cluster of those pretty white buildings, and the rest was just dry dirt.
Yeah, that's what I reminded me of, like, Mexico.
So I was like,
I'd rather go to Mexico because the drinks are cheap, everything's kind of like inexpensive, and it's like,
and I can get by speaking the language. Like I can speak Spanish.
I can a little bit too.
What language do they even speak? I know I'm so stupid for asking this, but what language do they speak in Greece?
I don't know, is it Greek? Is it just Greek?
I don't know. I kind of want to look it up now.
Yeah, so then
what language do they speak in Greece? It's Greek. I'm so stupid. This is why I don't ask questions. Okay. Yeah. So anyways, I go back to my Airbnb. He's there. Um, he's up. He's awake. I get ready for bed, and I'm like, all right. I'm gonna go to bed. Like we should get some rest because we're all going on that thing tomorrow. We got to be up super early, like
Mhm.
5:30 a.m. or whatever. And he's like, and I was so tired too. Like we had a long day in the sun, and like alcohol makes me so sleepy. So I was just so
Yeah.
ready to, like, my eyes were heavy. I was just like, oh, I can't wait to get horizontal and just like knock out. And he's like, babe, can you scratch my back? And I was like, no, I'm so tired. Like I'm no. You can scratch my back. Like
Yeah.
like normally, okay, but like I have to wake up at 5:30 a.m. and it's already midnight. Like, no, we're not doing that. So I just said, I was like, no, I'm really tired. And he's like, come on, like, what the fuck? Come on. And I was like, so I scratched it for like 30 seconds and I was like, okay. He's like, come on, that's it. And I'm like, dude, like, let me go to sleep. I'm actually getting pissed off. Like, I'm really tired. I'm getting cranky. Like, I
Yeah.
hate waking up early as it is. Like, sleep means everything to me. If I don't get enough sleep, like, I'm not myself. And so I was just like, I was like, no, like, I don't want to. And he's like, oh my God, how did it go? He like got super mad. And I was like, okay, I'll sleep on the fucking futon. I don't care. I just want to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And then he like comes into the living room, turns on all the big lights. And I'm like, can you please stop? Like, leave me alone. And I go turn them off. And then he turns them all back on. I just threw my blanket over my head. I'm like, I'm just going to ignore him, let him throw his little tantrum, and then hope that he just like leaves me alone eventually if I
Yeah.
don't give a reaction. So that's what I do. And then I can tell he's like starting to record because I'm under the blanket and he's going, guys, what did she do? Kaylee, what are you doing under the blanket?
Uh,
Why are you pretending to sleep? You were just talking to me 5 seconds ago. That's so weird. She's literally pretending to be asleep. Like, I'm so confused. All the lights are on. Why are you acting? Why are you da da? And I'm like, he's trying to get a reaction. Just do not. And it's like taking everything in me not to just be like, shut the fuck up. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah.
I'm like, we're healed, we're mature, we're not gonna go there. And I'm like, just do not. So I don't. And then finally, I can't remember what happens, but it turns into this like whole ordeal where like I cussed him the fuck out, totally saw red. I don't even remember what I said, but I said like probably the worst possible things I could think of in the moment to him. Because I was like he wouldn't stop and it was going on for so long. And I was just pushed past my breaking point. And then after that, I was like, oh my God, I'm literally, he like calls his manager and he's like, "Meh, meh, 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 eh." Like he would always call us, I need help because then, like, oh, you're such a bitch. Like, oh my God, I can't even, I get mad talking about it because I'm just like,
That's so funny.
I just think of like, I don't know, he reminds me of like a Disney Channel or Nickelodeon kid being like, Mom,
Oh my
you know what I mean?
god.
Like, I'm sorry, is that mean?
Yeah.
I don't even care if it's mean because he was so mean to me. He told me that I look like a man so many times because I had hair on my arms, a cute,
Well,
multiple,
isn't that like because we're mammals, like we have hair on our
right. He
body?
accused me, not that it's bad to be transgender, but he obviously knew that I'm not transgender because I have a real natural vagina. And he would always
Yeah.
be like, are you sure you're not transgender? And I'd be like,
What? That's
yeah, I'm sure I'm not transgender. Like, you've seen my baby photos. Like, you,
mm,
like, what are you talking
I don't
about?
like that kind of stuff where it makes
I
you feel like
know.
you're a liar. It's like I'm not a liar. Like
Yeah. And he'd
don't.
be like, well, how would I know this and that? And I'm like, trust me, you would know. Like, first of all, both my labia would probably be the same size. Like, if a doctor was constructing me a brand new vagina, I'm pretty sure it would be symmetrical. Take that.
Yeah.
Like, but anyways, so fighting goes on forever and he starts getting like really insane to the point where he's telling me that I'm not a real person, that I'm
Right.
hired by somebody to set him up, and I'm just like, what are you talking about? And he's like, no, you're not. I know you're not real. I know you're not real, this and that. And it gets to the point where I have this realization, like, if he doesn't think I'm a real person, what's going to stop him from hurting me or even unaliving me? Because like if you think someone's a literal AI robot, like what's gonna stop you? Nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm a real person, like I have real feelings, and like, and I call Lyndi, and you could tell
I know I need to like get this story in order because it was like 2 in the morning or something. Wasn't it pretty like in the
yeah.
middle of the night? And I was like, my phone's always like on and it starts going off and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, oh, this is Kaylee, like I should answer it. Like, and you're all like, we're really emotional and you're like, can I come stay with you guys? Can I sleep in your bunk? And I was like, sure, yeah, come by, come by. Like for sure you can sleep in my bunk, like in my twin little bunk.
I
I'm
remember
like,
telling you it's really bad. I'm really scared.
yeah,
Like, and you're like, how are you gonna get here? Because it was like at least
yeah,
2 miles, 3 miles.
yeah.
I would,
No, it was pretty far away. Like, but still, I was like, shoot, I don't know. I don't even know if they have Ubers on the island. I don't even know.
yeah,
There's like something
especially at
weird
that
about.
time.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't even care. Like, I'll walk. I'll find a way. Like, I'll take the 4-wheeler or something because we did rent one. But I was like, would rather squish in a twin bunk bed with Lyndi than have like a full bed to myself,
Yeah.
being in the same vicinity. Like, that's how bad it was. And I'm the type of person, like, I can take so much until I break.
Me too.
Like, people can be really shitty, and I'm like, oh, it's fine. You have to be so bad for me to be like, like, I'm gonna walk 3 miles to get away.
Yeah, that was so.
And then in the morning, he didn't end up going and said it was cringe.
Yeah.
I'm like, actually, we had a great time.
Yeah, we had so much fun.
We did.
The guy was like throwing me in the water. I was like, yeah.
It was so fun. And the drinks were complimentary. And I also accidentally got on the wrong boat.
Oh my God.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I got on the wrong boat, and then I see Lyndi and
Oh
her
my
sister
God.
on a different boat, and I was like, and they're going opposite directions. And I was like, no, I'm supposed to be with them on that boat. They're like, what? And they're like trying to understand me, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I like got somebody to understand me, and then they ended up like calling the other captain and like having them meet at like
That
a
was
weird
so
spot.
funny. No, we were like mid-ocean.
Yeah.
Mid-ocean.
Yeah.
And like I even have like a video of it. There was like our boat was right here. I'm trying to like, and then the other boat was right here, and they moved them to be like right next to each other so that Kaylee could just
Jump
hop over.
Hey, at least they didn't make me swim.
Well, I really would hope that they wouldn't make you swim over to the boat with all your stuff.
And the one thing about me is I'd do it.
Yeah, I don't
I'd
think
just like
I would.
huck my bag and swim.
I don't think I would.
You wouldn't? Wow.
Swim. Well, yeah. Okay. If I was swimming to meet up with, yeah, I would. But like, I don't know. I don't know.
That
Is
was
my
so fun.
phone wet?
And I was blonde at the time.
Yes, I remember.
Hated it.
I like you better as a brunette. Not in a bad way. Like
In a
it was
terrible way.
It wasn't bad.
I think.
You're so pretty. Like you can pull it off. But it was just like I like you better with like the natural brown.
I always thought I was pretty until I was blonde. And then I was like, oh my God, I need a full beat to even be able to look at myself in the mirror.
Yeah. That's how I feel when my hair is dark.
That's so funny.
It's not cute. You when I met you, my hair was dark though.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it was pretty dark. It was like brown. I'll have to show you because I think that night that we first met, I had dark hair.
I think it might have been just dirty blonde.
Whoever did my hair was like, because it was brown.
Wait, I think I have a photo of you coming up from the toilet.
How did you find this picture? Did you just go all the way back and you're like,
no, I remember it. It was on Snapchat, and I remember it popping up.
Oh my God, you're finding your memories.
No, yeah,
6 years ago today.
6 years ago today, and I'm like, oh my God.
I don't even know if I should see it. I was like going through it, and like I know I was dating this guy, and then he was like hooking up with my best friend, and I like was so delusional about it. They were like just having sleepovers. And I was like, "Oh,
Your
yeah."
boyfriend and your best
Yes,
friend?
they like kept having sleepovers, and I was all like, "Oh, I love that for them.
Hell
Like they're having
no.
so much fun."
Hell no.
They like sent me videos of them like,
Lindy.
and I was like, "Oh my god, they're having so much fun."
Lindy, how did you not put two and two together?
I don't know. I just was like, I just was like, and sometimes I get like that. Like, I remember this guy was cheating on me, and he like fully had hickeys on his neck. And I was like, "What is that from?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm allergic to the dog." And I was like, "Oh my God. Like, you need to get like allergy medication. Like, that's a really serious thing."
Bye. Bitch.
I was like, "Wait, I might have some like cream for that." Cause like I get allergies too. Like, that sucks.
Lindy. And if you got allergies too, you would know it didn't look like that.
Yeah, but I just was like, sometimes I just believe people. When people tell me something, I'm like, yeah, why would you lie about that? You know what I mean?
I can understand that and relate to that to an extent, but
But no,
then,
but I know.
yeah.
I know.
Like
I
if
know. I'm getting better about it.
yeah. You better be. Girl, we gotta
I
protect you.
I am. I've gotten a lot better about it. Like now I just try not to like believe people. And then I'm like, "Oh, I don't believe you at first." And so then I'm like, "Oh, you have to like prove that I should believe you."
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Especially if it's like a boyfriend and he's doing some sus shit.
Yeah.
I'm
God. Oh my
Lindy's done
God.
with boys forever.
I really am. I'm taking a long pause for my own. Well, you know, I've been paused. Been paused for a while. Last guy I was dating, I literally everything he did, I was literally like cringe. And I was trying to like get past the cringe and the ick. I was like, "Oh, it's fine, like, you know, like let's just make this work." And then I was like, and I don't know, it was
Mm-hmm.
I should have just been like,
I'm actually really proud of you because you've lasted quite a long time on your break so far, like break from dating.
yeah, it's been a while,
You
and it's just
haven't
like I've
even
been
yeah.
busy, so I'm like, I don't even care.
Yeah. You haven't relapsed once.
No, I'm not even talking. I'm literally my phone's dry, and I'm like happy about it.
Good.
I'm like, I don't need. I'm like, I can breathe. Like I can wear whatever I want. I can do whatever I want. I can like nobody sees my location. I don't have to like show my phone to anybody so they can see all my selfies. And I'm just
And then
like,
they're like, "Who are you
no.
sending these to?" Like,
Yeah, and I'm
shut
like, I'm
up.
saving them for like old me, grandma me,
I
new
actually do
me.
that sometimes. Sometimes I
Yeah,
take pictures of myself even naked because
yeah,
when I'm 80, I'm gonna want to be like, "Oh, this was my 21-year-old naked body."
yeah. I don't know. I'll do like cutesy little lingerie stuff where I'm like, oh, this looks so cute. Like,
Yeah, but it really doesn't go anywhere. Like I don't send.
oh no, I just put it in like my eyes only on Snapchat. I'm like,
Dude, if you saw my eyes only, no, I'm not even kidding. No, it's not even. The thing is, and here's the thing.
what's the thing?
It's not even just like nudes in my like. If it was just nudes, like okay, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'm about to get really TMI, but this is just a human experience. So
Yeah.
this one time, I had a really bad yeast infection.
Oh my God, you're filming this stuff? You're like, yeah. Let me
No.
wait. Grandma me needs to see this.
No, not for grandma me, for my doctor, bitch, because it wasn't any ordinary yeast infection. My labia
Mm-hmm.
blew up and looked like two little balloon, like, because you know how your labia is kind of like wrinkly.
I don't know. I don't like inspect it down
You
there.
don't?
Mm-mm.
Girl, you should. Your labia is not like smooth skin. Like it has like you know how your lips have like little
Yeah.
wrinkles in them? Okay, I know this is TMI too, so like please don't. But like My
don't.
please just shut up. Delete your comment that you were just typing out. Like, stop. This is real and this really happened. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Blown up, so swollen that like all the wrinkles were just smooth. Like two
Oh
little
no.
like
That
little
must have hurt
balloon. It
too.
did. And I remember just being like, I was like, what is going on down there? And it was like puffy, like just blown up. Like they were like little water balloons. Like, and I was so scared and I didn't know what to do. And I have like so many pictures of that in there. And this one time my ex was like going he was going through my eyes only. Dude. I was like,
No.
because he was going through my phone, right? And I was like, he was like, oh, I'm going in your eyes only, da da. And I was like, no, 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 no. Like, you cannot. And he's like, why? What are you hiding? What are you like thinking I'm about like hiding something sus? I'm like,
You're like,
no,
ah.
really. Like, if you ever want to look at me the same again, like, do not, please, please. He went anyways. And I was like,
Oh
well, cat's out of
no.
the bag.
Yeah, you're like, well, I warned you.
Yeah. And it's
I
so
told you
funny because
not
I
to.
didn't know that could happen for a yeast infection.
Yeah, I didn't either. So now I know.
They got so swollen. And then after the swelling went down, I had to like take these oatmeal baths and put these things up.
Oatmeal baths. So you put like oatmeal in the water?
Yeah, it's like this special, I don't know, my grandma got it for me, but it's like for
Oh.
yeast infections. I don't know. I don't really remember, but
I like oatmeal.
me too.
I think it's good. It's like underrated.
What's your favorite oatmeal flavor?
You know what? I'm gonna sound like such a weirdo. I just like it, like just how it is. Like I would put some water in it and I heat it up. I don't know. It's like this like. Sometimes I don't want flavor in my stuff. Like I just want to I just want to get the eating out of the way.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, I'll just eat some of this. I like the consistency of it. It's like,
Yeah. My favorite's apple cinnamon
yeah, I feel like that would be good, but
or blueberries and cream. Ooh.
That's like those little Quaker packets.
Mhm.
Those are too strong for me. I have to like dilute it or something. It's like such a strong flavor.
Really?
Yeah.
I like adds more cinnamon. I'm not even kidding. It's not that strong of a flavor. Is it?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Tell us in the comments. Do you think Quaker oats are strong?
Stupid. Did you have a job in high school?
Yeah.
What'd you do? Because for some reason I don't know.
I worked at a little concert venue.
That's so you.
Yeah, I worked at this concert venue. I did like food running and whatnot. I did like a little bit of like, I did a little modeling for this like local boutique or whatever. And then, but I always worked my butt off. Like right when I turned my 16th birthday was at work.
Damn.
I spent it at work. And then even like because my grandma, she like owns a restaurant. And so growing up, like I just was always like there and like I just got used to like talking to people and like, and I just like it.
Yeah, I said that too. Like I started waitressing or like there was this little catering company thing. The guy would pay me under the table with my best friend when we were 13, but it was like fun. Like we would go and it's like we were playing dress up. Like we were playing pretend. Like, would you like the mac and cheese or the salad? Like,
Yeah,
it was fun. Cause like that, I feel like that's how I used to play pretend too.
Yeah,
With your little cash register and like.
I know I was doing. They
like trained us.
They used to use me when I was little though. Like when I was like, I don't know, like 3 or 4, and like I was just like could barely talk. They would just like take me over to the table and be like, Lindy's gonna take your order. So I could get tips. They wouldn't tip me out.
They literally
were like
trained you to be a waitress.
I was like, yeah, what did you want? And like they never tipped me or anything, but they would get like fat tips because I would come up and be like, here's your $2.
Wait, you're talking about at the actual restaurant?
Yeah.
Bitch, why did I think you were talking about like at family dinner?
No, that when
I'm like, oh, that's so cute. Like they had like
no. Yeah, I just walked out and I was like,
okay,
oh, what do you guys want?
Story.
What did you guys want to eat?
Different story. Wait.
Can you imagine? They like have me coming up with like a little paper. What did you want on your plate today?
That I fear is child
Me?
labor.
Well, it is, but like not really though, because it was like my grandma's, like my great grandma's house, and they turned, like my grandma turned it into a restaurant. It was like a family thing. Like it was just different. Like
Yeah,
I
okay.
liked being there, and like I
So it was
would,
more like she was letting you play.
yeah.
Okay.
And like everybody, it was like fun, and like I never had to like stay there for a long time. I just would like just go in, and I'd be like, "Can I go up to the table? Can I go in?" Like
Oh, you
I
liked
liked
it.
it.
That's so cute.
And they're like, "Sure, sure."
Dude, when I was like right before I quit my serving job, my TMJ got so bad. Like the stress of working in a fine dining restaurant with like really strict management had me grinding my teeth so hard that I would wake up with like lockjaw. Like, and every time I would chew, it would be like crackling in my jaw. And I was just like, "Oh my God." And then after I quit, it like so much better. Like I did the masseter Botox one time so long ago and never got it again, and I'm like totally like the Botox definitely wore off, but like I think it was the stress.
Yeah, it is. It is really
So you
stressful.
have to have like 20 things in line in your head and like, oh my God. And then people are just randomly like asking you to do things here and there, like, "Oh, can you help me greet this table? Oh, can you go do this? Oh, can you run food? Oh, could you?" And then oh,
Yeah. When I'm at work, sometimes like all I can think of, like if it's like I may be a little hungover, or like I'm just not feeling it that day, I'm like, I'm here and I'm like counting how much money I'm making.
I didn't really realize how much money I made working at that restaurant. Cause
Yeah, they pay you good. But
I
see,
would,
I get tips and stuff, so it's like,
yeah, like I would walk home with like 300, like average a night. Sometimes it would be like 400. Sometimes it'd be like 250, but like mostly like,
yeah, when I worked at that venue, when I was cocktail waitressing, oh my God, stupid money. Stupid money. I
why
like,
don't you do it anymore?
um, well, I mean, I'm going to school full time, so it's
Mm.
not like I really can. And I think about going back, but when I'm done, because I'll be done in December, so I'm like, maybe I'll go back and like start picking up like shifts at the nighttime. But I might as well start bartending at that point, because I have cocktail wait, and I don't really want to jump back into waitressing. It's kind of degrading when people are touching you,
Mm.
and like, I'm just kind of like,
What was your uniform?
just anything like,
Anything black?
yeah, anything black, but like, kind of show, like, be a little.
That's like the sports bar I worked at. Ugh,
Yeah. And
disgusting.
they just like touch you, and then like, and I'm just like, ugh.
I know. I got barked at by a
Somebody
table full.
woofed you?
It was literally a table of like 5 construction workers.
No.
Like came in to get food on their lunch break or whatever, barking like multiple men barking at me. And I was 18. Like freshly 18. Like I'm
Yeah.
just like it was my coworkers were pretty cool though for the most part.
Yeah, I loved my coworkers. They were like, they always had my back, because like, I, sometimes when people are yelling at you and you just like don't really know what to do. And I was young, and I was like, I like don't know how to handle the situation. And I'd be like, so and so, will you help me? And she would come up and she'd be like, get the, and I was like, yes, yes, that. They're like, get the fuck out of here, you fucking asshole. And she'd get the bouncer, and I'm like, thank you.
I love
don't
people
want,
like that.
I don't want this guy yelling at me
Yeah,
anymore.
no, thank you.
I just will freeze up, and I'm like,
Did I tell you my grandma got fired from teaching in the entire district that she was working in?
I think you mentioned it, but then you didn't tell me why.
Okay, so like controversial, but she kind of like low-key got canceled from her school district. But honestly, like the reason isn't, it doesn't seem like it was that. Like she is 70 years old, okay? She retired from teaching, so she still needs to like make money because she needs money. So she would substitute teach here and there.
Yeah.
She was substituting a special needs class, and she has experience with special needs kids. she taught since she was like 22 years old. Like, do the math. But like she's taught for literally do the math. I'm not going to. But she's been teaching her whole life. Like, she's a good person, okay? And everybody, all the students loved her. She was like everyone's favorite teacher. And then I went there my senior year, and people would like post on their Snapchat stories like her doing a cartwheel in class. Like, and she's like, it's funny because she's old and she's like still like can do a cartwheel, and she like does it in the class. Like, everyone thought she was hilarious.
Aw.
And she was just like that one teacher that like you could actually talk to about your problems and stuff. And like, she wasn't strict or anything. But anyways, fast forward. So she's working with a special needs class, and there's like a teacher's aide. So the teacher's aide doesn't have any credentials. She's just like an aide. And my grandma's there, and she's like asking her, oh, which one of the kids wanted or had to blah blah blah. And my grandma goes, she couldn't remember the girl's name. So, and the girl had Down syndrome, and my grandma doesn't know like the proper lingo because nobody taught her. Nobody like said, hey,
Yeah.
this is what we're supposed to say to refer to this. And like, there was no pamphlet. Like, she just never learned, you know? And she was like, oh, the Downs girl. And the teacher's aide was just like, and she like went to the principal, snitched on her, and she got fired from like, or
That sucks.
expelled from teaching in the whole district. And I'm like, I feel bad because she just doesn't know like the political correct way of saying things, because there's like a verbiage that you have to kind of go about.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, she's also just old, and yeah, but she was like,
Yeah. Old people say the craziest shit though.
dude, oh my God.
Like
My
at the
grandma,
salon.
can I tell you?
Yeah.
Okay. We went to one of these stores that she likes to shop at. I forget what it's called. Ann Taylor or something.
Oh, my mom used to manage Ann Taylor.
Wait, manage it? No way.
Yeah.
It was my grandma's favorite store. My grandma's like, okay, so the cashier girl's like at the counter, and she is just like sitting there. Nobody's checking out or anything. My grandma like picks up this top, and she goes, she's like, oh, this top is so cute, but it wouldn't look good on me because I'm too pudgy, like in this midsection here. You get me. We can't wear shirts like this. And then she goes, my granddaughter over here, though, she could rock anything. She could rock a trash bag if she wanted to.
Oh,
and the girl's like
no.
my age. And I was like, Grandma,
You
shut
can't say
your
that.
mouth. Like, you are embarrassing me.
Oh no.
And you're embarrassing her. You're embarrassing the whole, like, everyone
Yeah.
right now. Like, just please. I was like, oh my God, I literally want to
Yeah,
crawl into.
That's
And I'm
not
just looking at
good.
her like, I'm so sorry. Like,
Yeah.
you know, so
Yeah, that's not cool.
she's like, what? I was relating to her. I'm like, no.
I know the old ladies say the craziest stuff to me at the salon.
What do they say to you?
Like, I was washing this girl's hair and she was all like, like, why do you have so many tattoos all over your arms? And I was like, oh, I don't know. I mean, I like tattoos. I think they're really pretty, like all stuff. And she was like, for now, but like, you're going to have to get those lasered off someday because they're not going to look good forever. And she was just going on. She's like, and you really think you're going to like that? I mean, it might be stylish right now, but trust me, it's not going to look good. And I'm like, thank you for your opinion. Can you tell me more? Please tell me more about what I should be.
You know what? Sit down. Let's chat.
Tell me how I need to be. Tell me how I need to act. Yes. Okay.
Okay, my turn.
I like this game.
I love this game.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, old women, I mean, I grew up with one, so
they're just they're like tired and over it. Like they're like, oh, I already lived, and they're like,
some of them are jealous.
yeah, but I also just kind of feel like they're so like tired and they're just like they feel like they owe, like they feel like, oh, we have so much life experience, like why don't we tell you how to do it? I'm gonna tell you how to live.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, bro, it's a different time.
It's so different.
Like but you have to like think that like had to have been so different. Like these people, I feel like got married when they were like 14 or something, and I'm like, I can't even hang on to a man. I'm like,
Right. It was like so normal to get married after high school.
yeah,
Yeah. Or because every guy was going to the fucking, because every guy was going to war.
yeah.
That's literally why.
But I kind of feel like that dates all the way back though. Like if you're not married by the time you're this age, it's like, oh, you know.
Yeah. Hmm. And also, what you were telling me in the car earlier, how you're like, it's a blessing to be single.
Yeah, it
I
is.
loved when you said that because I was like, damn, you're kind of onto something.
It really is because like it's just a gift. Like we're able to be single and to be alone and to have like that freedom as like a woman to like, and I don't mean to sound preachy or anything, not be like women power. But like really though, like I feel like I'm just happy to be able to embrace being alone and to be able to not have to be like married by now or have some stigma against me because I'm like decided that, hey, I don't really know if I want to date right now.
Or and like women before literally had to marry a man to survive because they couldn't go to college, they couldn't open a bank account, they couldn't
Yeah.
own property. Like it's like you had no
Yeah.
choice. It's survival.
Yes.
So it is honestly a privilege to our single girlies out there who are maybe sad that they don't have a boyfriend. You should actually embrace the singleness because it really is a gift.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. And I just think I don't know. I actually really like being single.
You have been glowing since you stopped talking to boys. I'm not even kidding. They were sucking the life out of her. I'm not kidding.
They really were. I feel like I'm just like, oh my God, I feel better. Like I don't know. It's too hard for me. I get like, I don't know. And like, I don't like how I'm saying it's like, I believe people and people think I'm naive and then they take advantage of me. And I allow that to happen. But that's only because I won't even know that it's happening. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. The getting taken advantage of and not even like
Yeah.
and then you look back later and you're like, bitch.
Yeah. And everybody else
No.
knew. You know
Yes,
what I
and
mean? You're
everybody would like try to tell you, and you're like, no,
he
no,
loves me.
yeah, you just don't understand our relationship. Like, you
Yeah.
don't get it. Like, mm.
Ah.
Anyways, this is girlhood,
Yes.
and we love you guys.
Yes.
Let me know if you want Lyndi back because I honestly loved.
I know we had fun.
Smash or pass.
Yeah. Everybody's gonna be like, no, we don't want her back. Ditch that bitch.
Well, too bad you're getting her. Oh yeah. So okay, bye.
Like and subscribe.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. I love you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And moral of today's story is stay away from men. I'm just kidding. I'm not like, but like, I'm getting there.
I know, and I don't want to get
I
like
know.
that.
Okay, well, okay. Next episode we'll talk about it. But I love you all and thank you so much for all your support. I can't wait to see you next week. Okay, bye.